The death of a Bowling Green State University student is restarting talks about anti-hazing legislation in Ohio. 20-year-old Stone Foltz died after an alleged hazing incident involving alcohol March 7th. In the meantime, Collin's law has been reintroduced in Ohio to increase penalties for hazing. It's named for Collin, an Ohio University student who died at a fraternity party in 2018. So we have Collin's mom, Kathleen, with us now live. And Kathleen, we appreciate you being here to talk about this. I want to start with sort of what you feel when you hear that this happened in Ohio, potentially, allegedly, yet again here in the last month.
Just devastated. We were so devastated to hear about Stone's death. Just triggered everything, making us relive it again. Collin's law was up for, we introduced it last year and we just ran out of time with COVID. Things got pushed behind. So we had planned to reintroduce it, this General Assembly, and then the tragic timing of Stone's passing really, I think, has ignited a lot of anger in people, and I think that might be the catalyst to push this through.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about this now. Are there any changes in this year's, this legislative session's version of Collin's law?
Sure. Last year, it was coupled with an anti-bullying piece as well. That's focused K through 12. So we have broken those up, separated them, just so they can focus on their areas.
And I want to be clear for, you and I have talked about this. We worked on a story together a couple of months ago, but this increases the penalties for hazing. So what does that mean kind of functionally for these college kids?
Sure. So right now, hazing is a 4th degree misdemeanor in the state of Ohio, which is the equivalent of not paying your parking ticket. So with these changes, hazing can be a 3rd degree felony if there's forced consumption of alcohol and drugs.
Have you had conversations with lawmakers about this, and what are you hearing from the state house going into this session?
Yeah, we've been working closely with Senator Stephanie Kunze and Senator Teresa Gavarone, and they really have been championing this. We're hearing positive feedback, so hoping we can get it to go through before summer.
And what we found in Ohio sometimes is it takes a few introductions to get things passed in Ohio. This isn't just about your work at the State House, though. You talk to students all the time. That was sort of what we talked about the last time you and I talked. What are you hearing from students? How often are these things happening?
Hazing happens much more than we know. We only hear about hazing when there's deaths because that's what makes the news. But actually, 1.5 million high school students are hazed every year, and 55% of college students experience hazing. So it's widespread, and it's not just in the Greek organizations, which is what we associate with, right? It's prevalent in varsity athletics and various clubs and organizations.
All right, before we go, how can people get in touch to show their support for Collin's law, or if they want to know more about kind of the work you are doing now?
Yeah, so to support Collin's law, we would love for them to call, email, or write their legislator in showing support of Collin's law. As far as more information on the anti-hazing work I do, at KathleenWyatt.com, I have a TED Talk there. And, I'll do anything I can to educate any high school, college students on hazing. Making
sure no parents go through what you went through
Absolutely.
when you lost Collin. Kathleen Wyatt, thank you so much for your time here on this Wednesday. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Of course, we'll be watching Collin's law as it progresses through the State House on this legislative session as well.